What's up guys, Aroneous here with another Raid Shadow Legends video, and in this video I'm going to be explaining to you why you should absolutely be going for Razzle Varg Fusion this week. Let's get into it. Alright, so I do have Razzle Varg pulled up here. I do have his kit pulled up. You've probably already read about his kit, heard about his kit, watched his kit on a bunch of other content creators' videos, I'm sure. So if you don't want to watch this part of the video, you can skip ahead. So yeah, anyways, let's talk about his kit really quickly, and I'll tell you why I believe you should be going for this guy. So the A1 attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit fills the champion's turn meter by 5%, which is not bad. So 15% turn meter boost, which is going to get him ramping up in speed to begin with. I mean, he is a bunny, right? So he is hopping mad. Now on the A2, Knight of the Rabbit attacks all enemies, 75% chance of placing a leech debuff for 2 turns. That's going to be a good thing for Hydra, good thing for general progression in wave content like dungeons, Doom Tower, very nice. Also heals this champion by 10% of their max HP for each leech debuff placed by this skill. So 10% if you're going against the Hydra heads, of course, then there's what, 4 Hydra heads at a time, then you're going to end up healing by 10% of max HP times that by 4, that's 40%. So that's not bad. And then on the next ability, Keep Up If You Can. Also, that last ability is on a 3-turn cooldown if you book them out. Keep Up If You Can ability on the A3 attacks all enemies, places a 30% increased speed buff and a 50% increased accuracy buff on all allies for 2 turns before attacking. So that's really nice. So it's really nice that he has this ability because with his passive, it pairs well with this ability on a 3-turn cooldown. So he ramps and scales very, very quickly. So he's going to be a PVE god, in my opinion. Now, if he hits like a wet noodle, it's going to kind of suck, but there are some things that you could do that's going to be beneficial for this champion if you're going to go for him. Now, built for speed, each increased speed buff placed by this champion increases their speed by 5, stacks up to 100. Now, a lot of people didn't understand this in a previous video where he really only increases the speed on himself. It does not increase the speed on the allies. Okay, so it's only going to increase his speed. So if you have 5 champions out on the floor on Doom Tower content, which is really where I would suggest you to use this guy in Doom Tower, especially against the waves and dungeon waves and general progression and Hydra. He's gonna be a PvE god because if you have 5 players out on the floor or 6 in Hydra, he places the increased speed buff on this champion and all other allies, and then you're gonna have 6 times 5, which is going to be 30 speed the first time he does Keep Up If You Can ability and places those speed boosts or speed buffs, I should say. Now, 2 more times he does that. If it's against Hydra, all 6 champions, then it's going to be scaled up to 90 very quickly in just a few turns, like about 9 turns, right? Now, if you do have refresh accessories on him, that's just going to go even faster. So he's going to scale up extremely quick. Now, if this guy has any amount of damage, which we don't know yet, but we're probably going to find out very soon, probably tomorrow or the next day, when people are doing the test server with this guy, you're going to realize that he's really, really good in general progression, really, really good in this faction as well, because it's the Skinwalkers faction, okay? And now they have been bringing a lot of Skinwalkers out, which I think they should be focusing on other factions as well, but that's neither here nor there, right? So increasing his speed like crazy is insane already, because if you put him with 200 speed, high damage, he's going to ramp up to 300 speed very quickly and might be actually the fastest champion on your team. So he's going to keep on placing the leech, which is going to be sustainability for your entire team against wave content. If you put him in a stun set, it's going to be insane, right? Because he's got the AoE. If you get refresh accessories, he's going to go back to his AoEs. Then why is this guy going to be really good for Fire Knight? Not for Tainted Pyro, in my opinion. He's going to be okay for Tainted Pyro, but not really that great. I will say he could be good for Tainted Pyro because his speed's going to go up to 300, 350. You could build him really tanky. There's so many ways you could build this guy. I would highly suggest put him in a stun set though, because he's going to AoE, and he's going to be a PvE god. Trust me, he's going to be insane against PvE. Really, really good for progression in Fire Knight. So you can go all the way up to stage 25 of Fire Knight, because Fire Knight on stage 25, let me just check here behind the scenes. Fire Knight stage 25 is, I'll show you right now, green affinity. Okay, so he's going to be positive affinity against stage 25 of Fire Knight. That's not bad at all. So we do want to have him on the team because he's going to lock out the waves if you have him in a stun set. Again, you only need 200 speed on him. Imagine if you had 250 speed or 270 speed or higher. He could reach speeds of up to 400. Okay, and it's going to be easy to scale him because of his passive. Easily get him to 300 speed very early on in the game. This is going to be an insane progression-based champion for anybody out there. So the people that aren't going to like this guy, let me just pop this guy back up. The people that aren't going to like this guy are those who are looking for someone that's endgame meta PvP. So your endgame players, your players that are just looking to win in PvP, and that's their main goal, that's their main focus. Now, other than that, you could potentially put him in PvP if he hits hard. I don't feel like he's going to end up hitting hard, but I could be wrong. If I am wrong, I'm going to be pleasantly surprised because I will be going for this guy for this fusion here. It's going to be a tough fusion though, because it's an old school fusion. So you're going to need to collect champions that fuse into this guy. So it's the hardest fusion that's out there. Now, I do think it's going to be worth it because he also has an aura of 20% speed in all battles. This guy is going to be insane. Let me bring myself back to the main page here. Like I said, this guy is going to be insane. So I'm back on Fire Knight. He's going to be ridiculous for the waves. He's going to lock out the waves like crazy. And I really, really hope he has good damage, because if he has good damage and can place increased speed on your whole team, another really good thing against Fire Knight. Now, again, it's not going to be insane against hard Fire Knight, I will say. It's going to be okay. And he can probably help your team scale a little bit higher in Fire Knight with taking down the shield, but he's just not probably going to be the best use case. But some people are going to be able to use him. I swear, somebody's going to be a big brain. Somebody's going to come out of nowhere and be like, yep, I can use him on stage like 4, 5, 6 or whatever. Or maybe they use him on stage 10. I doubt it because well, I can't say I doubt it, right? Because you could potentially bring in Valkyrie. You kind of have to bring in Valkyrie. You need that additional shieldage and support from Valkyrie. And you really can't do stage 10 efficiently without her or without an insane shield champion. So, and the only person that can really do it quickly is going to be Valkyrie. So I really think he's going to be mainly for the original OG Fire Knight here, up to 25. He's going to be great for the waves, great for progression. He's going to be insane against Doom Tower waves, right? Especially for Doom Tower hard. If you're struggling in Doom Tower hard waves, but yeah, so he's going to be really good on Doom Tower waves, right? So he's going to be really, really good here. And he's going to be, if you put him in a stun set, he's just going to keep cycling back to both of his attack all enemies abilities, and they're just going to continuously be locked out. So it's amazing. Plus, if you just want to build him with like 200 speed or less, maybe 180 speed, he's going to get to 280 speed very quickly. So you can build him with lower speed thresholds. So say if you wanted to build him in like 150 speed, even 150 speed, as long as he takes turn and you have some support around him, he's going to gain that speed as time goes on, because these Doom Tower waves have so much HP, right? They just have an insane amount of HP. So like I said, he's going to be insane, paired well with other champions with support. Put him in a stun set. He's going to be your champion that's going to help lock everybody down. You can even put him in a provoke set. Not recommended, but you could if you wanted to, if your best gear is in provoke. But then you'd have to build him crazy tanky, which you could, right? If you build him really slow, 150, 170 speed, really tanky, and he takes 9 turns or 10, 12 turns, then he's going to get to that stacks to 100 speed on himself very, very quickly. So he could be beneficial on your account for wave content. That's mainly what I'm thinking of, especially Hydra, right? Because when you go into Hydra, clan boss, and you're facing 4 heads at a time, you know, he's placing the increased speed on all 6 of your allies, and he's going to gain 30 speed because it stacks on him. And then he attacks again with this keep up if you can ability with the increased speed again. That's another 30 speed. So that's 60. So it's 3, 6, 9. That's going to get you to 90. And then you have to take one more turn. So it's going to be 12 turns before you can get to a stack of 100 for the speed. So it's not bad, but 12 turns goes very quickly against the head of Hydra. So you're probably going to be around maybe turn count like 15 or 20 something, depending on the Hydra stage that you're on. If you're on normal, it might be more beneficial, but if you go to hard, brutal, so on and so forth, then you're probably going to need a lot higher speeds with him and a lot tankier stats. So he's going to need to be at least like 240, maybe 230 speed for the Nightmare for Hydra. And then he's just going to need to be really tanky and be able to take a hit. So I think you should be going for him. I'm going to be going for him. I think he's going to be amazing for anybody's account. But let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about Razzle varg? Do you think you're going to be going for this fusion, or do you think he's just trash? Let me know. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoy your night or day, and I'll see you on a video soon. Peace.